It's a great tackle there from Linda, and it's a great decision too from the assistant. Not by much, but she was off. It would not have stood. Berger didn't know that. Excellent goalkeeping. Technically a Bayern teammate. Talia Padilla Vivas of several of these Germany players, although she has been on loan for the last couple of years in Spain with Sevilla. She does have some Spanish heritage as well as Polish. Played on loan in Cologne before. Well, her team have had a couple of moments when you're the underdog, and quite a strong underdog. You hope for a handful and that you could take one, realistically. Not yet. But enough to suggest that they are primed and coached for it. Front foot take from Gwyn. Great dummy from Bull. Dalman pops it through. Here's Schuller. Well, that was a gorgeous move, and that's going to be a free kick to Poland. That was building up to something very special indeed from the Germans. Beautifully done. Here's the dummy. Clever pass from Dalman. Neat layoff, but not quite neat enough actually. Brandt waiting to hopefully strike it. It's pretty smart manoeuvring though. Shemek going long. Nearly worked that. You could see Padilla Vivas making her infield run, expecting Payol to win a flick on, which she did. Knark allowed to come as the Poles sit back in again. Super long pass to find Linda Dalman, whose control and touch was excellent. Gwyn again. They're all up. Was there a touch? Smile from her would-be assassin. Clear desperation from the German skipper. Stephanie Frappart unmoved. There's a hand coming into the rib cage here, in the back, but I don't think that'll be getting overturned. Poland happy to take on a bit of fluid here with warm temperatures and a very busy night of defensive duty. Martina Biankowska, the experienced defender, is down. The rest of her teammates getting an impromptu team talk from Nina Patalan. Glass half full or glass half empty so far for Christian Boot. Look like they're about to threaten on a lot of occasions without actually really pounding on Kingsley Shemik's goal. Good take from Kamczyk and a lovely spread of the ball out there to Tomasiak. He's barely had a touch so far. It's just over here. It's a shame. Right idea. When he made her international debut 3.5 months ago, Paulina Tomaziak. 7 caps now, 4 goals already, including in the friendly against Ukraine. That was the last game Poland played pre-tournament. Confidence-boosting 4-0 win over one of their neighbours there, playing a slightly more decorated neighbour here. Berger really got hold of that. Long time in their native land before a long and decorated spell in England with Chelsea. For the US a year or so ago, and for Gotham. Catherine Berger. Great take from Brandt. Tackle too, though. And a lovely take thereafter from Vian-Koska, and how about that? Payol onside for now. Went for the roof of the net. Offside. I don't think it would have counted. To be honest, I'm amazed. She didn't stick it in the back of the net anyway. Finishing this season has been unerring. She was fractionally off. Those are those transition moments. Time that run a fraction better. For the neutral, a Polish goal would be alive now. Dudek just got a scrape on it. It's a good job too, because Leah Shuller was right behind her. Dudek and Szymczak in the centre of that Polish defence. Busy night, they'd have expected that. Less busy perhaps for Szymczak than it might have been so far. There's a long way to go. Gwyn, that's a better delivery. That was right into the mix, and Rebecca Knut was tearing in at that, has ended up on the floor. Here's Dalman. Tapping in from that flank was Gwyn. Gentle header. She has scored 14 times for her country, which is pretty good going for somebody who plays where she does. Some set pieces in there. Play goes on here. Poland want the ball put out. Not sure it's going to happen. Doesn't matter now. We've got the throw in. To Dudek here. It's a stray arm from Leah Shuller is what happens to Dudek. Martina Vian-Koska here closing on 100 caps for the Polish national side. For sure. None prouder than this one, though. Across both squads, there are not caps here, even though the Germans have had some profile names who've retired from international football since the last Euros, including the great Alex Popp, amongst others. But even with that, there tonight, you've got a dozen players who've played 60 times or more for their country. Good flick from Pavlek. Payol. Away from Knack. It's Tomasiak. 3 in the box. Got to be a good cross. Oh, and it was. That is some lead from Yanina Minga. I think the centre-back has let that one go. Good bearings. Looked like it took a flick, it did, off Linda. Who knows where it might have gone without that. Poland have a corner. 10 minutes to half-time. They're first of the game, as you can see there, and Ichinska's going to take it. Deep delivery, free head around the back. Payol is up. She went for goal there. Not everything she hits finds the back of the net, just most. This is worth a hit. Padilla into Payol. Brilliant challenge from Julia Gwynn. Had to put her body on the line there, Julia Gwynn, with arguably the game's most dangerous striker about to pull the trigger. May well have got injured in the process here. The stud of that right boot planted slightly there. That did not look good. You could see there was immediate concern even from Ava Payol, as she is set up. Her eyes must have lit up there. There's a split second. You find it impossible to believe that she wouldn't have tucked that into a corner somewhere. 68 goals in her 101 caps prior to this. Pretty much a goal a game. Over 40 for Barca this term. Won 9 cups in Germany with Wolfsburg and 5 league titles, often against Julia Gwynn. Hopefully that's one that looked worse than it actually is. It's a great tackle. That's a good sign. Katrin Berger here has made as many saves as Inga Schemming has. The other end. Saw underdogs Belgium hold out to within a minute of half-time last night. Italy got their goal. Poland will be thinking, that's the first job. They're still a way off that. Clara ball here, bearing down on their goal now. So too much of that to Szymczak. Julia Gwynn is back on. The Germans have another corner. This promising young defender has been busy. Oh no, she's gone down again. Almost as soon as she came back on, Julia Gwynn. You do have to fear the worst when that's the reaction. It was a jarring one on the knee. Half an hour in to the tournament in which you are captain of your country. He's got some player management to deal with as well as right now what he's going to do. But the skipper looks like she's in trouble. Looks like young Carlotta Vamsa. Eintracht Frankfurt is going to come on. She is. There's a big moment. Only 21 and only a couple of caps. But a horrible blow for the German skipper here, Julia Gwynn. So proud to lead her nation out. She's not going to finish it. And one wonders what that might mean. Obviously, the game on Tuesday and then again next weekend, they come quickly. They may come too soon for Gwynn. All potentially closing on her, but opening Carlotta Vamsa here. Eintracht Frankfurt. Germany can make nothing of their latest corner. Minga there has taken the armband. Well, I suppose a fair bit to concern him. His team have had obviously far more of the ball, the better of the attacking moments, but not by all that much in relative terms. Oh, he's lost his senior players. Poland do look like they are primed for this counter. They've just got to get passes like that right. Here is Vamsa. That heart will be thumping hard, I'm sure. Cut out well by Tomasiak. She was tackled well. That is a brilliant layoff from Bull. How's the cutback? Nuskin hammers it. Such a smart player. Knark. Now to Bull again. Got past Tomasiak. The important double teaming though, Matizik across with the challenge. Congratulations for it, Sylvia Matizik. Before the corner is going to be taken. A warning for Tomasiak, I think, in the midst of that. Been a lot of this going on at these German corners, of which there have been many. This will be a classic time for the favourite to strike. Clara Bull's going to take it. Win now, of course. Decent corner in towards Minga. Drop behind Schuller and hack clear. Confidently done by Ann-Katrin Berger. Vamsa to Dalman. Started the game with the first German chance. Double teaming Bull again, it doesn't matter. So good and so powerful. That was a tidy looking cross for Schuller. Kind of expected it to be on the end of it actually. I think you'd say Clara Bull has been the main threat of this first half. Paulina Dudek just doing enough to block out the informed Schuller. There, good use of the body. misplaced pass brought a scream of derision from the German coach, Christian Buch. The player himself had a good club career in the top and second divisions of the German game. He was capped at under 21 level himself internationally 13 times. At a time getting into the senior German team was incredibly difficult given the crop they had then. That hasn't gone out. Both talking to the assistant there, Dudek and Brandt, before the ball had fully crossed the line. And we're into 4 added minutes. Maybe nervy minutes for Poland, as they so often seem to be, even though they've dealt with it all fairly well so far. Sure enough, they've conceded a free kick here. The foul on Schuller. Dudek versus Schuller has been a busy head-to-head in this first half. It's a free kick within shooting range. Slow build-up for what they hope will be a great moment. Clara Ball is going to take it. Shot or cross? It's a shot. Skims the roof. '28 international goals already. Still pretty tender age of 24, Clara Ball. That makes it look pretty even. Kamczyk. Payol lurking and trying to pinch it from Nak. Kamczyk coming in to help her. A couple of minutes left of stoppage time. This is Gallen. And Schuller! Came just slightly under her feet, I think. It's a bobbly pass with a deflection and a bobbly finish. Very difficult to sort out the strike pattern there, but it's a chance. One of the better ones in a half where I think we probably all have expected them to create a little more than they have. They may yet still. Nuskin. Sense keeps it moving. Here's Bull. The cross comes Pawelek, much to the delight of the Polish fans. Nearly done part 1 of a tough job. Part 2 will be tougher still. Dalman. Clever. Here's Bull. What a threat she's been in this first half. Most of the best of the German stuff has come from her. Which has meant a very busy half for Sylvia Matezik there. Goes in again with that challenge. Hopes for a goal kick and doesn't get it. So the last action of this first half will be yet another German corner. Can they hold out, Poland? I'm watching you, says Stephanie Frappart. Ball delivers well with either foot. That's a good ball. It's also a solid header clear. And there is the half-time whistle. He wanted the chance for another cross. End product has been Germany's problem. Nina Patalon will be more than happy here. The side have posed a threat. It's a puff of the cheeks from Leah Schuller, who's had a couple of nearly moments herself, so too at the other end. Eva Payol, we've got a couple of great centre-forwards on show here. But neither they nor any of their colleagues have found the net yet. Poland will be the happier with that. Half-time in this Group C opener for these two. It is Germany 0, Poland 0.
Anytime I kiss your face, I smoosh your...
Fortunate Julia Gwynn, and we're about to see the Polish number 5 by the looks of it, Olivia Bosch, about to come on here for this second half. She's ready. Her teammates aren't there yet. Poland taking every second they can. They weren't confident enough that they had a chance of getting a result here before this game, Poland. I think that first half will have only buoyed the confidence. But they are being forced into this change at the back. Paulina Dudek, another regular top player, who is going to be forced off here because it is Dudek that is replaced by Bosch. Olivia Bosch is going to have to contend with Lea Schuller. Display from her team first half. So, can Germany find a way through? Sweden and Denmark, who played earlier, probably wouldn't mind a scoreline like this. Sweden with 3 points in the bag, 1 goal. Shortly after the break, in fact, was enough for them. That is often what happens, isn't it, when an underdog manages to frustrate a favourite in a goalless first half. Usually that favourite scores quite early in the second. Christian Booth will be desperate that Germany do that here. Good from Brandt. Nuskin straight into the action. Bosch with the block. Welcome to a half of probable long-time defending. Olivia Bosch. Here's Gallen. Bull. Good cross. And it's a header on target from Brandt, but a very soft one. And a very comfortable stop to Šebik. Wide forward to another. Good from Tomasiak. He's asking a lot of Payor. He might get there. She does get there. Brilliantly done. She's won a corner. What a great chase. And at the end of it, despite how sapping it must have been, the presence of mind and the delicacy of touch to do that. Now she lurks, hoping to get on the end of it. Tomasiak takes the corner. Good ball, bundle in the middle, and an easy catch for Berger, who bowls it out, and now there's a bit of space. Vamsa. She will keep on running. Bull, confident. Despite all that red in her way, still trying to bulldoze her way through, couldn't quite do it. That's a teaser from Linda. Dalman on the volley. Lovely first time effort, not too far wide either. Decent strike. And the Bayern number 10. 14 international goals before this in her previous 67 caps. Lovely touch from Payor. Was very quickly jumped on by Rebecca Knark. They will take their chances on double teaming Eva Payor, I'm sure, the German defence, making the presumption that better to put a bit extra on her, take that risk of the threat from elsewhere. Could yet bite them. Tomaziak, good run, but an illegal bump on Sarai Linda there. This team beat Poland 3-1 and 4-1 during qualification. Not really through yet. Polish fans really grow in hope and confidence. Look at how much they had at kick-off compared to now. Nicely done. Shimshak, just for a moment, her and Voss were leaving that to one another and to the keeper, and then there was a time to just launch it. Elisa sets it. And again, look confident on her tournament debut. Binga to Brandt. Bamsa. And that's well defended. Sjökanuska getting ready for the header. And Olivia Vosch in strongly. Must have been Nuskin's touch all the same. Great engine, Sjökanuska, box-to-box midfielder. More tackles and interceptions in the Bundesliga for Eintracht Frankfurt in her final season there than any other player in the whole division before joining perennial English champions Chelsea. Versatile as well. Plays further forward at times for the Blues, and indeed once or twice in the middle of their defence. And Koska forward. Linda. Knark. Times two. Brandt, who now does get it in a different but equally dangerous way. How's the shot? Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. Eula Brandt with an early contender for goal of the tournament. And after 50-odd minutes of frustration, Germany have the lead they expected probably quite a long time ago. It's taken something special. Eula Brandt has provided. Look at this for a hit. Unstoppable. Sure enough, that old narrative comes true. Kept at bay for the first half, quickly in front at the start of the second. hard, how soon do Poland start to push? Probably not yet. Relief for him, I'm sure, as much as pleasure. Beginning to look quite frustrated there. And hands given against Sense there, who seemed to put him up. Blindsided the referee, who couldn't really see what was happening. He's the goal scorer. What a goal. Now to Bull. Bull. It's a risky leave, and Dan went onto it quickly here. Brandt again. And they don't let her turn onto her left boot this time. The gap was just there for her to cut in field. Here, it wasn't. Time Padilla Vivas did get back, shot off that angle. She's already caused the damage. Offside did very well for a very long time. Now what have they got offensively? To double figures for international goals now, Eula Brandt. The new Lyon forward. Meanwhile, looks like a second Polish change is coming. Kyla Adamek is there. Kept in by Tomasiak. Pyle deflects, just trying to keep her interested in a prospect of a return pass. All this pressure here on Berger. It did not look like there was room to take that touch. Goodness me, that was a risk. Vams has done well. Play will go on here. Lea Schuller for Germany. Is he going to open up now? Flying header from Bosch. Kamczyk drawing the foul challenge. Well, it's well worth another look, isn't it? "21 metres and right into that top corner. Absolutely nothing Hingashevik could have done about that. Linda's got bombing on from left back here. She was spotted, but not picked. Poland still waiting to make that change. Since with the foul, advantage played, looking for that quick transition over the top. Just wonder if Padilla Vivas, who does have a great scoring record, looking like she might be flagging a little. I wonder if she might make way. Probably not, given her goal scoring record, but can't run out of legs now. Clara Bull. Knack. Bull again. taking on Matizik. Strong and fair defending, and she's had to do plenty of that. Pretty impressively, actually. You're going to get beaten by Clara Bull. Any fullback will this tournament, but she has done what she can when she can. And there it is, Kyla Adamek, and it is indeed for Natalia Padilla-Vivas. I don't think that's a surprise at all. Taking up her position on the left flank here, trying to pressure her fellow sub, Gallen Vamsa. German right back, in case you missed it. For Julia Gwen, who looked like she's picked up a nasty injury in stopping what would probably have been an Kybunpark goal. Lisa Sense has been guilty of a few niggly fouls in this second half. Kamchik felt that one in the stomach, I think. Looks glorious from any angle. Unless you're Polish. Decent contest for an hour, this one. 8-time winners in front. Stephanie Frappard hasn't been giving those maybe ones. You can ask his consistency, and that has generally been the case, actually. The ones that the modern game players often hope to get, maybe even expect to, but fair play to Frappard, she's not really been falling for much of that. Clark. Finger in no hurry as Poland retreat. They got half an hour. You'd think there'd be a chance of a couple of shots on goal between now and the full-time whistle. As it stands, Germany and Sweden will top Group C jointly after everyone's played their opening game. That's a good ball. Clara Bull. Oh, brilliant! Has to be! And yet it's not. Sjoeke Nusken's ended up in the back of the net, but the ball hasn't. Absolutely brilliant from Bull. The run from Nusken, perfect. Deep from midfield she came, arrived miles onside and wide. Almost easier to score. That is unbelievable. Well, if Poland get level in this game, we'll all be thinking back to that. Such a dangerous outlet, and they're looking for it more and more, the Germans. Ball! All her own work, apparently. She thought there was a deflection. Hard to tell even on closer inspection. Maybe. Who knows? Not been given. Goal kick. Dalman. Opening up here. Nusken. Lovely layoff. Clever 1-2. The pass to Bull is good as well. What a goal that would have been. working pretty hard on the door for a second, the Germans. Meanwhile, at the back door, there's a pass on here for Payot. Lovely dummy. Eva Payot! Straight at Berger. The queen of the corners couldn't find one then. And she had her pick. Well, all they hoped, Poland, was that they'd get over Payot a couple of opportunities tonight. She's had a heroic block from Quinn, denied her. And now the shot too close to Anne-Catherine Berger. She's denied herself. That's a big chance. Here's Clara Buhl again. Permanent menace from that German left. And another pinpoint cross, this time onto the head of Lea Schuller. And they just can't finish at the moment on either side. Buhl has been superb. Should have had 2 assists already. This was the moment for Eva Payot at the other end, and it would have counted. She was onside. Early overcommitment from Linda. It's got a stretch feel to it. Suddenly doesn't feel like a game that's going to end 1-0, this one. Which is something you might have said about it prior to the interval. Will she get another chance? Linda, in desperation, went on the side. Did she opt for power? Certainly struck it well enough. Great shot there at the substitutes of Poland, who stopped their warm-up to watch. One of them is about to come on. It's Klaudia Slovinska there of Katowice. Ball away from Tomasiak. They can't deal with her. I guess Poland's best hope is that her teammates keep missing out on the great crosses she's putting in. Good. Brand, the goal scorer. That one's in. Lea Schuller, no problem this time. Third time around, a German point-blank header finds the Polish net. And the 8-time winners have daylight. She'll be relieved having missed one, so will Sherkanushkin. And, well, just a couple of minutes earlier at the other end, Eva Payot with that big chance to equalise for Poland. And Jula Brandt now has an assist, and a delightful one to add to her goal. Onside, no question. This time she kept the header down. Germany 2, Poland 0. Schiller, who scored home and away against Poland in qualifying. She was their top scorer through those 6 group matches. 6 goals in all, 1-on-1 here. Now Kamczyk has made way, and there is Klaudia Slovinska coming on for her 8th cap, replacing a player who's played more than 100 times. Melina Kamczyk will be back, I'm sure, for the Sweden game, as Christian Vuk looks like he's planning changes of his own here. I wonder if Clara Buhl will get a rest. She's been brilliant, tormenting. Payor is in. It's a slip and a mistake from Minga. Eva Payor on her own. She's good enough. But even the best have to admit defeat sometimes, and the pass was the only option. Adame with the effort in the end. Nothing comes from it. Looks like a triple change coming. The Germans here. Hoffman, Freigang and Lohmann all inbound. Good tackle from Nuskin. How relieved will she be? Ball again, foul, and the yellow card's going to come out. Machinska. Clara Bull, the standout player in this game by quite a long way. Confirmation, the caution. And Elisa Sitz has enjoyed her tournament debut. Leah Schuller departs with yet another goal. Here is Sydney Lohmann, her Bayern Munich colleague. Dalman is off. That's Giovanna Hoffmann of Leipzig. There is Laura Freigang of Eintracht Frankfurt. Little bit of a reshuffle. Nuskin. Horrible if she's going to get a rest. Not yet. Big touch. Brandt now. Hoffman in the middle, stopping it from getting there. There's Tanja Pavlak. Nuskin got the first touch on that corner, and it was straight to Shimshak. From a coach's perspective, realistically, she was thinking, can we hold firm for a while and get Eva Payor in once or twice, maybe she takes a chance. And well, they did with the first half of that equation, and she did have those chances. Kept in by Brandt, who scored one and made one tonight. Berger, 20 minutes from a tournament debut clean sheet here. Another little tick in the box for her. Minga. Oh, now over on the other side. Still going. Linda was waiting. Brandt pushed wide. It does look like that. The right flank switches. What's happened here on a permanent basis? Clara Ball over on that far side, the German right wing. Not that Brandt is easy to deal with by any means. But I'd imagine Sylvia Matizek is probably fairly pleased. She hasn't got to deal with Clara Ball for the next 20 minutes. More than 3 times as many completed passes. It's always likely to be the way of it. That's what we do with it. The Germans have found a way in this second half. A little dangerously on just a couple of occasions. Scored twice, could have had a couple more, especially Nuskin here. Well, it wasn't a great pass. Even tonight, Bull couldn't quite bring that under. It's seen his wide attackers in particular make the difference tonight. In Gulabrandt, Clara Ball. Matizek. Tomasiak. There's 3 in there waiting for this. It's a good job for Germany. The second ball fell the way of Minga. Freigang scrapping away. Shimshak. Shimshak. How about that for a pass? Then they got the touch on it. Tomasiak was sliding in. Good defending, good attacking. Super ball from the back from the youngster. Mucking about with their changes either. We're going to see Nadia Kreisman. She scored a lovely goal in qualifying. We're going to see Dominika Grabowska as well shortly, a hugely experienced player. More of them shortly. Can Poland halve their troubles here? This would set up a fab finale. 13 minutes and stoppage time to play. Achinska with a low corner. Still nearly a dangerous one. Are we going again? No, it's a goal kick. Frustration for Pavolek. He's convinced it shouldn't be the corner, but is it going to get her wish? Freigang into the path of Bull. Well read again by Shimshak. Sidney Lohman. Such a talent for such a long time, Sidney Lohman. Lots of injuries. I feel like she's been around forever. She's only 25. That's a good cross. This Brandt's shot for once wasn't accurate. Payor interested here. Berger more than calm and composed enough to deal with that. Mr. Young, Carlotta Bamsa, she's looked excellent since coming on in a way difficult circumstances. You come on for the captain, youngster at right back, only a third cap. And yes, you're playing for a side that's the favourite to win this, but she's taken to it straight away. Very good indeed. Germany won 6 Euros in a row, 95 to 2013. 8-time Euro winners overall, and 2 World Cups to add into that. They've been waiting a little while, but they will wait no more. Pawelek making way in central midfield for Poland here. It's Nadia Griezmann of Dijon in France, and that is Dominika Grabowska, who will be well known. Plays for Hoffenheim in Germany. On for 90 caps. We'll pass that mark, all being well, during this tournament. And we have passed the 80-minute mark here, so 10 minutes to stoppage time, that's it. Poland looking for it and nearly finding it. It's just not been Eva Payor's night, and Katrin Berger with another big stop. The goal machine hasn't quite been in perfect working order tonight. The finishes just all too central. That one, in fairness, she had some competition. Minga was in there with her. Anywhere but there, and it's in. Big stop from Berger to keep the German cushion far more comfortable than it might have been. Well, their hopes largely have rested on how she finishes. That's a pretty tough burden to bear. But, unfortunately, for Eva Payor, that is the truth of it. They've got plenty of decent players, but she is a world beater. Sidney Lohman here. One more to be absolutely sure for Germany. Here's Brandt. Lovely shimmy. Chinska. Nicely done. Little layout as well from Adamek. Look at that burst to get on the second ball. That was brilliant. Now then, here's Griezmann. Payor in the middle. Griezmann looking for her. Nusken all the way back from central midfield with a brilliantly timed slide. And now it turns into a counter. Try gang for Germany. Slowing it down and letting the Poles get back. At least she's kept the ball. There's a great deal of running in front of her, in fairness. I'd have expected a little more. Happy to take the sting out of it. ball back on the left, back causing problems. Nuskin. Ambitious. And on target. Pretty well struck as well. Clean hit. Right up the middle again, though. Pyle pointing to where she wanted it. Probably in behind. It was to feet. Grabowska. And they'll get the ball back here, because that has hit the referee, Stephanie Frappart. Can't be expected to get out the way of everything. Right on top of her there. Grabowska again. Just too much. That for her, and in fact the offside flag was up anyway. Well, Clara Bull has been sensational tonight. She's going to get a few minutes off, that's all. Selena Sergio replacement. Another Hoffenheim player on the field, teammate of Grabowska, who's just come on for Poland. Linda. Here is Turkey. Cross country to start with, and it'll be done. Well, from Hoffman, and then the shot from Nuskin. It's come closer from 20 yards than she did from 2. Given away by Biankowska to Vamsa. Frygang's interested here. Shimshak has defended like a veteran pro tonight. You can see why. You can see why Barcelona have already grabbed her in her teens, as she was when they signed her. You can see why people are talking about her as a potential star of the future if she isn't already. Churchy trying to make as big an impact as she can in a very short space of time. She has done, generally speaking, in her brief international career to date. The Hoffenheim player, it's only her 10th cap. She has scored 5 times already for Germany at international level. The Germans 3 minutes of stoppage time away from doing what they were expected to do. I wouldn't say they've done it with ease. They could have done it with greater ease. They're not quite home and dry yet. It could easily have been twitchier than it has been, and it could still approach that status if Poland were to grab something pretty sharpish. Bosch has been really strong in the tackle since coming on at the break. Be interested to see what the issue is, if there is one, for Paulina Dudek, who she replaced. Because good as Bosch has been, Dudek absolutely there, stalwart rock at the back, and all those cliches. Poland have Sweden on Tuesday in Lucerne. They also play Denmark after that in Lucerne. Germany are in Basel against Denmark on Tuesday. Bamsa, too close to Šemik. Knark played like a defender with 50-odd caps tonight, not 5. Cherty. Not quite. To the final minute of normal time. It wasn't a happy face for Christian Book. He's closing on an 8th win. His 7th match in charge. It's the 7th time they've met. It's very nearly 7-0 to Germany on that front. Lohman to Bamsa, back to Sidney Lohman. Super ball to find Cherty. Stoppage time. The first of 4 added minutes here. And make that the first foot put wrong by Šimšák all night long. Cherty pinched it from her. It's not as if the Germans broke Poland down, it took something really special. Rocket off the left boot of Eula Brand. Lohman. Challenge again by Šimšák. Here's Payol. There's going to have to be a yellow card for that, surely. Looked like a pretty blatant pull back. Indeed, the card is out. Slavinska, wrong side. A couple of handfuls of Janina Minga. Caution for the Katowice player. Janina Minga talking recently about how just a couple of years ago she was part-time in the police force. Now a professional footballer, now wearing the armband tonight, in the absence of Julia Gwynn now. Graceman out to Payol. Can't score from there, but she might set one up. That's a good-looking cross in towards Adamek. Sidney Lohman happy to just volley it clear. Might turn into a pretty handy pass, actually. Off goes Laura Freigang. Hoffman going for glory. Finding her fans behind the goal instead. Does have 3 goals in her 7 caps before tonight, Giovanna Hoffman. And a tough gig to be the German centre forward that is back up to Leah Schuller. As we know he's going to play when Schuller is fit. Pointed out by Knark. Nearly there, Germany. Now back to Berger. He's had to make a couple of big stops tonight. Would have been worried when she saw Payol getting ready to pull the trigger on a couple of occasions. Might not have thought she'd have been given the chance to make the saves that she then did. Payol's going to have to find those shooting boots again. It is an opening win for a relieved Christian Vuk. It's not over-celebrating, but it is job done for the 8-time winners. Key tonight was Jule Brandt. A wonderful goal just after half-time, and then she set up Lea Schuller for the second. There could have been other German goals in between. There could have been Polish goals in between. It is defeat for the tournament debutants, whose talisman up top just couldn't quite find the finish tonight when it mattered. Such a rare event that after such a stellar season. Germany always fancied to go deep in this tournament, and they have begun Group C with a win that puts them by 1 goal top of Group C. Germany 2, Poland 0, the final score.